Derry was never a normal town. It just learned how to stay quiet. For years, people believed the nightmare was over. The streets looked calm. The houses stood still. Children laughed again. But evil doesn't leave a place like Derry. It hides. And now, something buried deep beneath this town has started to breathe again. Derry looks peaceful at first glance. Morning light falls on old houses. The roads are empty, like they are holding their breath. The river flows the same way it always has, slow and silent, carrying secrets no one wants to remember. This town has learned how to pretend. Pretend that nothing bad ever happened. Pretend that children did not disappear. Pretend that screams were never heard in the dark. But Derry is not healed. It is waiting. People here don't talk about the past anymore. Old posters were taken down. Names were forgotten. Broken memories were pushed into dark corners of the mind. Adults say it was just a bad time, just a sad chapter. But the town remembers everything. Every fear, every drop of blood, every promise that evil made to return. Derry keeps those memories alive, even when its people cannot. There is something wrong in the silence. You can feel it in empty playgrounds, in storm drains where water doesn't move, in basements that feel colder than the rest of the house. Children sense it first. They stop riding their bikes down certain streets. They avoid places they can't explain. They wake up at night, scared without knowing why. Fear has a smell in Derry, and it is back in the air. The past is not gone. It is waking up slowly. Old places begin to change. Walls crack. Lights flicker. Sounds travel through pipes and tunnels beneath the town. Something ancient stirs below the streets, deep in the dark where no one looks anymore. It has waited a long time. It has learned patience. And now, it knows Derry is ready again, because this town was never saved. It was only given time. Beneath Derry, there is a world no map shows. Old tunnels. Broken pipes. Forgotten spaces that were sealed and never checked again. People think the danger lived on the surface, wearing a smile and bright colors. But that was only the mask. The truth is darker. The truth is older. And it has been waiting under their feet this whole time. Strange things begin to surface. Pets go missing. Water turns dark for a few seconds, then clears like nothing happened. Some people swear they hear voices coming from the drains, calling their names in soft, familiar tones. Others find marks on their walls, drawn in the night, shapes that make no sense but feel wrong. The town tries to explain it away. Broken pipes. Kids playing tricks, stress, but fear does not lie. Fear knows when it is being hunted. Old records resurface. Dusty files from closed police stations. Audio tapes with damaged sound. Reports that were never finished. They all tell the same story in different words. Every few decades, Derry changes. Violence rises. Accidents increase. Children disappear. And then, suddenly, everything stops. Like something has eaten its fill and gone back to sleep. This is not random. This is a pattern. What lives beneath Derry is not just one thing. It feeds on fear, but it also creates it. It twists thoughts. It enters dreams. It learns what scares you most and wears it like skin. The clown was only one face. One way in. Now the fear is deeper, quieter, smarter. It no longer needs to be seen to be felt. Adults begin to crack first. Nightmares return from childhood with no warning. Memories they never lived start bleeding into their minds. A sense of guilt grows, heavy and sharp, like they forgot something important long ago. Something they promised they would never forget. But they did. And the evil remembers that too. Down below, something ancient shifts in the dark. It is not angry. It is not rushed. It is calm, confident. It knows Derry belongs to it. Every street, every home, every heartbeat. And as fear spreads again, it grows stronger, pulling the town closer to the moment it has been waiting for, this time. It does not want to scare Derry. It wants to claim it. It always begins with the children. Not because they are weak, but because they listen. They feel the change in the air before anyone else does. While adults stay busy and distracted, the children of Derry notice the small things. A friend who stops coming to school. A street that feels wrong after sunset. A voice that sounds kind but leaves them cold inside. These children do not know each other at first. They live in different parts of town. Different homes. Different fears. But Derry has a way of pulling them together. A shared look of panic. A scream no one else hears. A moment when they realize they are not alone in what they are seeing. Fear becomes their first bond. What follows is not bravery. It is survival. Each child carries something heavy. One feels invisible at home. Another is blamed for things they didn't do. One hides pain behind jokes. Another stays silent because speaking never helped before. Derry sees these cracks and pushes deeper. It shows them what hurts the most. It uses their fears like weapons. The cost of seeing the truth is high. Sleep becomes rare. Laughter fades. Childhood feels shorter, like it is being stolen piece by piece. These kids learn too early that monsters are real and they don't always hide in stories. Some wounds do not bleed. Some fears do not fade. And some choices cannot be taken back. Friendship becomes their only shield. Not perfect. Not strong enough. But real. They protect each other when no one else will. They promise to believe, even when the truth sounds crazy. In Derry, belief is dangerous. But disbelief is deadly. As the fear grows, so does the price. Standing up to what lives beneath the town means giving something in return. Safety. Innocence. Maybe even someone they love. The evil does not want them dead. It wants them broken, afraid, alone, because fear tastes better when it is earned, and the children begin to understand something terrifying. Surviving Derry is not about winning. It is about what you are willing to lose. The town feels it before it sees it. A low hum beneath the streets. Lights flicker without reason. The air grows heavy, like a storm that never breaks. Derry is waking up, but not in the way mornings usually begin. This is something older, darker, and hungry. Something that has waited long enough. The signs are everywhere now. Red shapes drifting where there is no wind. Water rising from drains that should be dry. Music playing from places that were shut down years ago. Sounds from the past mix with the present until time itself feels confused. Derry is folding in on itself, and the line between memory and reality starts to blur. People begin to disappear again. Not loudly. Not all at once. Just enough for fear to spread. Just enough for doubt to grow. Some vanish without a trace. Others return changed, quiet, hollow, like something followed them back. The town does what it always does. It looks away. It tells itself stories. It chooses comfort over truth. Deep below, something opens its eyes. It remembers every scream, every promise. Every time fear filled the dark and made it strong. This time it does not rush. It does not chase. It waits for the fear to ripen. For Derry to fall back into its old shape. Because the town was built on fear, and fear always comes home. The children feel it most. The ground beneath them is no longer solid. Safe places turn dangerous. Hiding spots stop working. The rules they thought they understood break apart. What woke up below Derry is not playing by the old rules anymore. It has learned. It has changed. And it is not alone. A red balloon rises slowly from the darkness, stained and shaking like it is breathing. A laugh echoes, distant and twisted, not loud enough to hear clearly, but loud enough to remember. The face does not need to appear. The fear already knows the name. This time, the cycle does not promise an ending. This time, Derry does not get another chance. Because what has awakened beneath the town is no longer waiting to return. It has already arrived.